At Robin Hood's archery competition, or for most public events, there would be banners and flags decorating the entire area. There would be large flags, banners, and pennants, which are the triangle-shaped flags. These flags represent different families that would be attending. Most medieval artwork does not capture the movement of flags. Compare these two. This is the medieval painting, and this is the Renaissance painting. One was able to capture the movement in a flag, and the other does not. We will be creating our own flags and banners that are whipping in the wind. I will show you how to capture the movement. I will first show you a simple way to show movement, then I will show you an advanced technique to show you how to capture what you are actually seeing. You'll want to get out your paper and your pencil, and then we'll see what kind of materials you want to use from there. So this will be our level 1 simple flagpole or flag. It's going to be something that maybe everyone might want to try if you haven't already known how to make this. So here's my flagpole, and I'm going to draw 2 upward slightly curved lines. And I'm going to box those in with rounded sides. Then 2 more slightly offset, just a little below, and you see it just a little below on each one of those. Then I'm going to make a triangle. Do you see how I made that triangle? And I make it nice and rounded. But really what I made was a Z, a rounded Z. You'll see a better one in the next one here. Again, 2 lines, slightly offset, box in with rounded corners on that second one, and do a rounded Z. I'm trying to make it a little dark for you to be able to see. See here if I can draw it here for you. There's the rounded Z. Okay. Alright, so I think we're going to stop with three folds in that flag and make it a nice banner. Alright, let's see you do that. Okay, the second one. This one is really just as simple as the first. Alright, so we're just going to go straight into doing the flag. You're going to make a curved line that is just random. That makes no sense. Just up and down. No loop-de-loops. And then you're going to go to the top part and you're going to do the same line just right above it, and you're going to connect those 2 lines. And we're going to connect each of those areas where it goes downwards. Okay, and then I'm going to keep connecting those. And do you see what I'm actually doing? I'm making a line where each of those lower areas are, but I'm also shading. And here's my flagpole. Yep, gotta have a post on top. Did you know, at least for me, I know a lot of artists that can't make a straight line. I can make curvy lines, no problem, but straight lines, gosh, that can be hard. So if you'll notice, I'm making some shades and scrubbing them in so that they can fade in and out, and then making some darker areas in those deeper, lower spots. And there's another flag for you. Here's a few more examples. So we talked about previously that flags represent who are waving that flag. So if you're waving your country's flag, you're actually announcing that you're from that country, and often a lot of patriotism with it. Or if you're in a club, you might carry a banner to celebrate that club. Alright, so here we go, getting some more wrinkles. Hey, if you aren't perfect about it, it really is okay. Because yours are not going to come out looking exactly like mine. So, hit those bumps, and a little darker right there next to the bump, and then we lighter and lighter and lighter as we go on out. Oh, and here's just a lighter area I wanted to make. And there's the two. And this is how we capture the movement of the flag with intermediate. Next is going to be more advanced. This is more of a level 3, but I do think a lot of level 2s can do this too. So please follow along, and I think you can do this. So we're going to actually use an example flag. And I'm going to go and look at the flag and draw the top line of the flag. And I see some bumps and I see some straight lines. And so I'm going to copy along those. Same with the bottom part. They are not going to match like the previous one because this is a real life flag. Real life flags do not match upper or lower. They bend, they ripple, they flap, they fold, and so that's what we're gonna. I tried to find kind of an easier one, and this is a good picture that I was able to find for a reference. This one is actually folded there at the end. Kind of hard to see with it being next to a red one, but it seems to be folded over. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly outline the areas that I see are the shading, where the shadows are. And those seem to be very triangularly shaped. And I use the bottom part as reference because I see, actually what I'm drawing is the light areas inside as well. And this spot seems to be shaded, probably from another flag above it. There's another shadow inside it. Alright, so let's go ahead and color in that shadow that we just outlined. Now, as I'm shading it in, it's kind of scary. So, one thing you need to know about shadows is they are rarely just dark and just light. They are kind of a mixture of some darks inside of it and some lights inside of it, and everything in between. So as you're coloring it in, don't try to make it all one shade, all one shadow. Make some dark areas, make some light areas, and if you can follow along with what's actually there, there'll be bonus points. I see some shading there on the actual flag. Now I want to grade the shadow in. Create those highlights, the lighter spots. Make sure you have your eraser with you. Using my pencil, using my finger as a nice tool there. It's a nice blender. Okay, and it's actually attached to a pole, but not entirely, not all of it. It's just that the two edges. And here's a flagpole. Can never get two straight lines just right. But here is our flagpole. We're going to clean it up on the edges. And between making those shadows and blending it in, I think we have a flag. I want to get some of those darker areas to give it that really good depth. Remember we talked about some darker shadows and some lighter shadows within a shadow? Well, this is what I'm talking about right here. Often you can use your shading pencil to do the shading for you, or you can use your finger as well. I'm liking that contour line. That is on the bottom and the top. But it's hard to tell from the video. But if you do a little bit of darker areas and a little bit of lighter areas as you're doing the line, an uneven line in a way, you really are going to get a more realistic look. And here there's going to be stresses from them being tied to the pole right here on the fabric. So you're going to have those extra folds and stress marks with the wind pulling on it. I'd love to see what you guys make.